My grandfather, Louis Borge, was proud of his Maltese heritage. Yet it wasn't until he passed away that we discovered his grandfather's passport. Paolo Borge arrived in Gibraltar in 1876, and that is all we knew. I wished to learn more. David Arrigo has dedicated much of his time to exploring the Maltese-Gibraltar connection and has helped many Gibraltarians trace their roots. I hoped he could help me.
I came to Malta as a little boy and moved into this house in 1945. Many Maltese are passionate about the small island of ours, which I find is rather like a diamond. It is so rich and concentrated in history and culture, wherever you look. I first became interested or knew about Gibraltar through a book that was always lying around the house called Malta and Gibraltar Illustrated, well known to Gibraltarians, that was written by Alistair Macmillan and published in 1913. When I wrote Twin Rocks, I tried to establish the surviving Maltese names in Gibraltar. I think about a third of Gibraltarians can claim a Maltese ancestry. Most of the Maltese who emigrated to Gibraltar was in the late 19th century, 1890s, up to about 1900 and thereabouts. And they went there mainly to service the garrison. It's tragic in a way that for so many years, the Maltese immigrants to Gibraltar seem to have become cut off from their Maltese origins, and little contact and few connections were made probably over 100 years. So much so that the language, the Maltese language in Gibraltar, disappeared almost completely.
David, do you think you'd be able to help me trace back my ancestors? I have a passport.
Okay.
The Borge family. I know the Borge is a very common name here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
My mother's side of the family, both her father and mother, so both branches, were from Malta. On my grandmother's side, which is the Stanietas.
Yes, I did a lot of work on the Stanietos. I mean, they came originally from Icari in Sicily. They came to Malta, went to Tunisia, then they came back here, and then they went to Gibraltar.
Louis Stanieto, 1858, originally from Tunisia.
Yeah, well,
Married Michaela Pisani from Malta. This is wonderful. There's so many names I know here. Family members, cousins, my grandmother's cousins. Mercedes was from San Roque, Salvador, was one of the 5 brothers.
Yeah.
And then here you can see my parents. So we have my mother was the middle child, that's my Uncle Peter. Araceli, my mother, my Uncle Louis, and my father, Ernest. I think the Latin now on my father's side, we're from Genoa.
But that goes,
so a lot more
goes
cheese,
the other
yes.
way.
And there I am, Paula.
Yeah, Paula, there you are.
There's me and my sister.
Let's have a look at my passport database. After the First World War, it's between the wars, basically, between the First World War and the Second World War. So anybody at all traveling between those dates, between the wars, or wanted to travel, will be on this list. Your ancestor, Borge, went to Gibraltar before this time.
Yes.
But we can trace his passport number because you've got it by going to the Santo Spiritu, the National Archives. We can trace that without any problems at all. And let me just come with me a second. Okay, let's just see if this is going to be any good. This I found in Gibraltar. I got this from Gibraltar.
My great-great-grandfather's arrival in Gibraltar predates David's database, but he's certain that he'll be able to help me trace him.
But in Malta, there's a very, very good archive at the National Archives at the Santo Spiritu Hospital, which is a very old hospital, the old hospital, going back hundreds of years in Rabat. A date of marriage of an ancestor is enough. Date of marriage. From there, you can go way back, 1625, beyond, sideways, because there are cross-references. And we'll go there and have a look, and we'll experiment, and we'll see what we can find.
Rock Hudson is not her man. My baby just...
In Valletta, it is commonplace to see the horse and carriage, or kerosene. In Gibraltar, I remember only one. As a little girl, no visit into town was complete without visiting Vishoa and his horse and carriage. And this originally came from Malta. Paolo, this picture behind you that we can see on the wall, that one. That
was my father.
That was your father, and that was a kerosene that went to Gibraltar.
I think in Gibraltar, not now, 6 years ago.
So these are the kerosenes that you would paint and decorate
with
a fine brush.
Yes, that is decorated my father, that one, because this is my father.
So this is a family tradition?
Yes.
These are quite heavy, actually. You wouldn't think so, but they're heavy.
I think with on the glasses.
Oh, and there's the artist's collection. There are your brushes. So you need very good eyesight and a very steady hand. Wow, that's not even what you'd classify as a brush.
The oil.
That is very fine.
Yeah, like this.
Oh.
Not that.
Okay, I was imagining a fine brush, but this is more like a table.
Take it.
Like
Because,
a plastic.
all right?
Yes. You can see exactly how fine it is. So how intricately they were able to paint on the wheels and the carriages. So the orange color was for the builders.
No, this is
the color on the wheels. The wheels would depend. The color on the wheels and the kerosenes would depend on what the trade that they were working for. So you'd get orange wheels for builders. You'd get the green wheels that you can see one behind Paolo, which was used for the fruit and veg sellers. This is Berta, Paolo's wife. Berta is joining us.
Something that he learns from his father. He's been here, this one, for 50 years in here. He always do with the brush and with the glass, and he used to do like this to keep them nice.
I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why.
OSG has earned a solid reputation as a leading force in specialist security matters. Offering cutting-edge technology and a 24-hour response team, OSG offers a tailor-made service that will provide you with peace of mind. Make your security concerns an OSG concern. OSG, one-stop security solutions.